So working on 05 Ford Focus, and you would think it'd be easy, which was a terrible assumption. Inner tie rod, always have these notches or something to grab it and spin it. Ford doesn't have anything. They make some clampy tools to go over it, which it's too late to go out and try to track those down. So I got the genius idea. What I'm going to do is just weld this ball so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to grab it here and spin her out. So the steering rack's pushed all the way out. I'm going to stick an old welding glove in there so we don't get splatter on the steering rack and so we don't cause any fires anywhere else. So let's see if this thing works. See if I can videotape this, hold it and weld it at the same time. That looks straight enough for me. Woo! Take my helmet out of grinding mode. Pretty cold weld because of the grease. See if we can get a better one going. Oh, a little bit of fire going. Try one more. Yeah. Hold on, taking a video. See if my idea works. Woo! Alright, got some good penetration there.
My phone ringing at all?
No, look at the grease bubbling.
What are you doing?
So I welded that. So this is locked to the inner tie rod. Now we can just spin this. So the good thing is the welder heated it up. So that's a 2-in-1. Got to heat it and weld it. See what she does. Which way am I going here? Oh, she's a little tight. All right. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, look at that. It's loose. Can you zoom in on that? Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. This is the millionth time that having a welder in the shop has saved my ass. That's awesome. Now we just stick this new one on. And we use the tool we rented from Autozone. See if this one works. So that's not the right one. We need the crow's foot.
Right there.
So we need the crow's foot wrench. So that it's kind of worn out because it's a rental. And then this goes on there. So you actually need both pieces to rent. And we'll throw some Loctite on there. I'm not sure what the torque is, but
it came with some.
That's pretty much the hard part. Oh, the other thing I always do.
It came with a little bolt too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
The other thing I always do is measure here to here, and we'll try to get the new tie rod exactly the same, so that hopefully we won't have to align it. Well, we'll still have to align it, but hopefully we can drive it home. So I painted the old tie rod where the jam nut was, and I marked it, and now I marked with the jam nut where the new one needs to be. Because we're using the same outer tie rod, it's going to be the exact same length. If we were to use this aftermarket tie rod, this is a little longer, so you can't do the same thing. You have to look at where this sits in the center and guesstimate, measure from there. And if anything, you want to be in more so that it's towed in. Or no, out more so it's towed in. Because that's going to be better than towed out. And then what I'm going to do is paint this so I have the mark. Before we put the Loctite on, I brake cleaned this to get all the oil off so the oil doesn't have a negative effect on the Loctite. Brake clean the inside of the steering rack. Also, don't forget this pipe here. That equalizes the pressure between this bellow and the passenger side bellow. And what else? Oh yeah. So we don't have any other hardware for this, but we're gonna use these mil-spec zip ties. They're 45-pound tests. They have a metal tang in them. So we'll put those around to keep the boot on. And once they're around, you grab one side and you just turnbuckle it, and that'll tighten it up. But you gotta be careful because you can get a lot of torque that way and break them. But these should hold up fine. We'll just have to inspect them every once in a while, and if they don't hold up, we'll replace them with some kind of hose clamp or something. So I was actually wrong about putting that boot on and all that, because this tool has to slide over. So you gotta do this part first. Shit. You gotta put that in there and then put that over and then put the problem with this Autozone tool, just like all our tool rentals, is it was used to hell. So this was like a V shape and it didn't grab one to the inner tie rod. So I had to build it up with a weld and then grind it down, which only took one try, and then it worked because the torque on that was 65 foot-pounds, I think, and it was just slipping off after like not even 10 foot-pounds. So when you go to rent this, make sure you check this out, make sure it's not worn. If it is, you might just want to order your own tool. So I don't even know if they're going to take this back. We're going to just rub some grease on it. They'll probably never know. I mean, it works now anyways, and it didn't work before, but you know how they are.